when I was campaigning as a president, the drug problem was already reaching by the millions. Well, 3 million is 3 million. Now, during my time, we have started to count. We are nearing now the 800 mark, 800,000. By the year ends, I would have about also 1 million. So I have 4 million drug addicts.
Encouraged vigilante killings.
No, I said I will kill you. If I encourage, fine.
Yes, but the point is that people can get away with murder right now, and you know that some of the killings are not legitimate.
Well,
So do you think that there might be cases of people settling old scores out there and disguising them as the war on drugs?
I do not play with conjectures. I do not make assumptions. I just say what I should be saying as a president and as a mayor. Now, if the criminals there are killed by the thousands, that's not my problem. My problem is how to take care of the law-abiding, God-fearing young persons of this republic because they have our resources. Strictly speaking, you cannot find any redeeming factor in being, the criminals there. They are there for what? They are there for just like the cartel in Mexico. If you have read Ian Grillo, this is how the cookie crumbles. Exactly. So when I will kill you because I'm the mayor, I'm the president. Now, if vigilante would take over, I cannot control it. I cannot be God and control everything. Okay, you just kill these guys or you wait for the courts to do that.
Well, you can encourage good policing and you can encourage justice and trust in the judicial system.
Correct. But do you think that's an easy number?
No. So why not put all the energy into rehabilitation?
Where do you find it?
Reforming healthcare.
Okay. Can we cut this for a while? I'll just have to... Pakikita, paghanap yung newspaper kahapon.
He wants to show you the newspaper.
Oh, sure, no problem.
Okay. I'm just gonna we had an issue with one of the
So you were saying about this facility, sir. What is this about?
This is a rehab facility built by somebody. This is what they cried at. Duterte, he should have built rehab houses instead of killing the criminals, the drug lords. This would cost millions. I entered the presidency of the Republic of the Philippines midterm. There is nothing at all left in that budget for this year, which was prepared by my predecessor, which was also prepared the other year to be implemented this year. The implementation does not contain any money. Because nobody, until I became president of this country, nobody realized how widespread, how dimensional it was for us.
Sir, in the past, during the campaign and weeks into your presidency, you have repeatedly said that you have no regard for human rights. But human rights is actually part of the Constitution, and as head of state, it is also part your duty to uphold the Constitution. How does that connect?
I would rather intimidate and strike fear in the hearts of the criminals, just like what happened in Davao. When finally you can walk about in the streets at night, and you can eat anywhere at any time, and nobody would bother you. It's happening in Davao. Davao City is in the midst of Mindanao, it's troubled land. But I can assure you, as plenty of people have been there, it's a destination for conventions and conferences international. It's always selected, so it's booming. It is a little bit rich than the others. Why? Because we can live our lives normally. And of course, business can thrive. So that when I said, I do not care about what the human rights guys say. I have a duty to preserve the generation. If it involves human rights, I don't give a shit. I have to strike fear because I said, the enemies of the states are out there to destroy the children.
Are you not worried about possible ramifications in the future for you, a possible impeachment or being tried in the international court?
Good question. Before you can begin, you must determine that I have committed a crime in my country. That I have committed mass murders in my country and then charge me that. There can be no ramifications when I say that I will kill you if you destroy my land. It's a legitimate statement of any general, of any wartime president, of any tribal leader to say those things. Of course, you said there can be consequences, but I am not worried about this thing. I do not make any projections. How many vigilante killings? Well, if you compare the 4 million to the 3,000 minus legitimate encounters between the law enforcers and the criminals, give or take even a half of it. So what is it to the lives already lost? I have 4 million addicts to take care of. And I have been criticized and would say, well, why don't just, Duterte build rehab centers and just place them there? Why not? Why do you have to kill them? Look, I am a midterm president in the sense that I entered this year the presidency, only this year. The budget for this year was prepared by my predecessor, so Aquino. And it binds me because it would last until December. Nowhere in this budget provides enough money to build even 2 buildings of rehab structures. It's all what is left of my government now after the election is just enough for the MOOE, maintenance and all.
So you're saying
No capital outlays.
the budget of President Aquino for this year, the last 6 months, does not include any rehabilitation?
Because the problem was there, but there was nobody minding the store. I was the only mayor brave enough to say those things. So my city, got the benefits of a peaceful place where you can live, where you can eat, work safely. But the others, we did not know. But they allowed so many administrations to flourish. And it was not until I became president that we realized that there were already, according to at the time to General Santiago of the PDEA, Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency, that there are already 3 million addicts. So never mind my counting because I'm still counting up to the end of the year.
Are you in favor of medicinal marijuana?
Yes, but that is a very long process. It has to be something like being officially certified by the Food and Drugs of the Philippines, and it must have this qualifying, activity where it's being used to find out if it's really medicinal or if it can do something good for the body.
But you'd consider it? You'd consider it the legalization of it, for example?
I'm not the authority for that. It's the Food and Drug Administration which says that it's good.
Okay.
If it is certified by the government that it's good, fine. No. Alam ninyo, ako'y tao lamang. Kaya binabati ko pa rin, Merry Christmas. Kayong mga durugista, magdanakaw, mga korap, mga kriminal, at yung nagpapahirap sa Pilipino. Kaya kung ayaw ninyong minto at patuloy pa rin ang karasan, ito na ang huli ninyong Merry Christmas.